Welcome to Let's Talk. I'm Ronnie Rokk Smith, entrepreneur, product creator, and affiliate marketer. And Let's Talk is my brand new interview show where I get to interview successful internet marketers that are earning 5, 6, 7, and even 8 figures online. And we always discuss the 3 main points of their lives, like how did they get started? What big obstacles did they face? And where are they today? And what's in their future plans for their current business? So if you're brand new to Let's Talk, remember to like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode. All right, welcome to Let's Talk with Ronnie Rokk Smith. We have with us today Brett Rutecky. So who is Brett Rutecky? Brett Rutecky is an online marketer, self-made millionaire, software developer, trainer, and a father of 3. And he's also known as the blunt one. So first of all, Brett, welcome to Let's Talk with Ronnie Rokk Smith, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Ronnie.
On this show, guys, we simply talk about the 3 main points in people's lives. You know, everybody that we interview, like how they got started, the obstacles, and what's in their future plans. So we're going to go ahead and get started with question number 1. So how did you get started, Brett? And did you have like a certain mentor that really impacted your stardom?
No, you know, a lot of times people will ask me that. They'll say, it's usually the same question over and over again. They phrase it the same. They say, if I had nothing, if I had no email list, if I had no followers, I had no contacts, no Facebook group, you know, what would I do? How would I start my business? And it's an interesting question because I was at that point at one time. So what I would do is exactly what I did the first time because it worked the first time. So why wouldn't I do it again the second time? And the thing that I did was sell my own digital product. You know, a lot of times people, they see these sales pages all over the place. Things like, you know, no sales required, no selling required, make $1,000, you know, a month or whatever, $100 a day, no selling required. And I always laugh a little bit inside when I see that because it's the internet marketing business. What is marketing? Marketing is selling. Mm-hmm. How can you do internet marketing if you're not selling?
Exactly.
You can't, because that's what internet marketing is. It's just selling on the internet.
Right.
So I had no real way to sell my own software. I created a software and I had no real way to sell it. And I didn't have any contacts. And I put a web page up and I got like 1 visitor a year, you know, and I didn't sell much of anything, right? Yeah. And what I did was I came across the JVZoo network and I realized it was like an explosion went off in my head. I don't need to know people. I don't need an email list. I don't need contacts because those affiliates have them. If I'm giving them an affiliate commission, they do all the work for me. And what's even better is when they're selling my products and making me money in exchange for a percentage of the sale, I don't even have to pay them out of pocket. They're giving me contacts. They're giving me leads. They're giving me customers. They're building my business for me. So that's exactly what I did. I sold software, giving affiliates commissions, and let them build my business for me. I did nothing. They did it all for me.
Cool. Say, I know everybody once they get started, they always have obstacles and stuff like that. So what's some of the mistakes you think that you wish you could have avoided? And, you know, like, was there any main obstacles that you had to overcome whenever you started, like, making money, like from go to one stage to the next stage? And I know some of your, because I follow you, so I know some of your obstacles, such as like autoresponders you had trouble with or PayPal later on. So whatever you want to talk about here is fine. And maybe another specific area you want to talk about that no one's never known about.
Yeah, I think I made pretty much every mistake you can possibly make. So I was releasing software, selling it, allowing affiliates to promote it, let them build my business up. And from the very beginning, I made like the dumbest mistake. I had no upsells. So I had a product, people bought it, and that was great. And there were no upsells. I had no plan for what to do later. No idea. I'm like, oh, look at this. I made, $14 on a sale. I'm so happy. And then that was it. That was the end of it. Like I literally had nothing planned beyond, I hope I sell this software. Even like you said with autoresponders, I didn't have an autoresponder initially. So I was getting all these emails and I was like, okay, that's nice. What do I do with that? I don't know, probably nothing. That's okay as long as I'm selling my software. I didn't even think of the fact that maybe I can sell other things to those people without without the affiliates, or maybe I can do affiliate marketing to them. And I did that for like a year, just basically wasted a whole year's worth of emails that I was getting. So I made huge mistakes, even like as far as out of the business a little bit. My very first year, I didn't put money aside for my taxes. That's something I never told anybody. So then I went and did my taxes. I hired an accountant, did my taxes. I was like, I'm so happy I made $200,000 this year. He's like, yeah, you owe the IRS 40 grand. I was like, oh. What? I got like 45 in my bank account because I bought a new car. He's like, well, 40 of it's coming out, buddy.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think a lot of people that when they get started, they don't they don't think about those things. And that happened to Russell Brunson too.
Yeah. And then, I did a lot of things wrong. I pissed off pretty much everybody else in the business, pretty much. I started writing product reviews and super blunt and pointing out flaws in other people's products, and that really made a lot of people mad. It made the customers love me, made everybody else in the business hate me. Customers love me, everybody else in the business hate me. That was great for a while because I remember I went to my first marketing event and I was just expecting to get punched in the back of the head. Like seriously, I was like, somebody's going to get drunk and whoop my ass.
Oh yeah, I remember all of those situations.
I got my PayPal account suspended, which is insane. I was doing, $1.5 million a year on PayPal. I had my own dedicated representative. One day they didn't call me up. They emailed me like, we need all this documentation. We need, your business documentation, profits and loss sheets, everything. So I had my accountant send everything to PayPal. Talk to my PayPal rep. He's like, oh, that's great. Thank you so much. We're so happy to be doing business with you. And then a month later, they suspended my PayPal account. So I called my rep up again. He's like, look, Brett, I'm not supposed to be talking to you. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, you're not a PayPal user anymore. I'm not your rep anymore. I was like, well, can you at least give me some kind of explanation? He goes, I don't have any. He goes, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay.
The same thing happened to me too. Probably different circumstances, but yeah. But that's all good. I'm using Stripe, so we're all squared up with that. Hopefully that one stays good.
That's what I did. I moved over to Stripe. And honestly, those things that I went through, PayPal kept $78,000 of my money one time for 6 months.
Sure.
Yeah. They just took 78 grand. They're like, yeah, we're hanging on to this. I'm like, all right.
That's crazy.
But yeah, just those things that you go through. Honestly, it's just a part of life, though. Life is about challenges. Business is about challenges. And the key thing, though, is to look at that challenge and not fold. Any of those things that I did wrong, I could have just folded. I could have just said, okay, this isn't for me. Okay, this is too hard. But it's the people that get over that challenge, the people that meet that obstacle and climb over it that end up being successful. So honestly, challenges aren't a bad thing because every time you come up against a challenge, that's just one more step to being on top of the mountain,
Yeah. Some people can't deal with it, but cool. So we're heading into 2020 right now. So what are your future plans for your business? You happy with your success so far? And do you have any new products in development for 2020? Or maybe you're changing your business model? What you got going on?
Well, I got real smart after that first year of not really saving anything and stuff. I got really smart. So from that year on, I saved a large percentage of my income. And I've done several $1 million in sales from then on, and I invested a lot of it. So honestly, in 2020, I got to the point where I don't even have to work anymore. Like I have offline investments that pay me enough that I don't have to work. So I started thinking to myself, what do I want to do in 2020? I don't really have to work, but I'm 41. What am I going to do? Just retire and get fat? I got to do something, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm actually doing is, when I said in the beginning, I used affiliates to build my business up. They gave me contacts, they gave me leads and stuff, right? It occurred to me actually a couple months ago that I don't need the affiliates anymore. Now, I'm not saying that doing affiliate marketing is, being an affiliate or using affiliates is bad, because that's what built my business. But now that I have the contacts and the leads, I'm actually not going to be launching like in the JVZoo space that much anymore, because it's much more profitable and easy for me to simply sell to all those contacts that they gave me over the last several years directly and not use the affiliates. So that's what I'm going to be doing in 2020. I'm going to be selling more higher priced things So not in the $27, $37 range, more like the $197 range, $297 and up. And I'm going to be selling those things directly to the leads and the customers that I built a relationship with over the last few years.
Okay, so you could be doing coaching and stuff like that, inner circles,
things like that, but also software. I mean, I before I got in the internet marketing business, I was a software developer. That's what I used to do for a living. So I tend to focus mostly on software. So I'm going to be selling more high-end software, but like I said, directly to the customers and pretty much bypassing the whole affiliate thing. Because affiliates, I mean, they take half the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can do half as number of sales and make just as much money. So It just makes sense.
Cool. So is there any last words or tips that you want to, talk about for someone that's just getting started in the marketing space?
Well, you're in my Facebook group, so you see the things that I tell people all the time. And I keep telling people the same thing all the time. Take action, take action, take action. A lot of times you see these sales pages, you see these products, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to work. You don't have to sell. It's all just instant money. And I get it. I get the appeal of those things. But I want everybody to understand. And I'm telling you this as a guy who sells stuff online. They're bullshit. Okay? I have no benefit for me to tell people that those things are crap. Unless it's true. There's no financial incentive. If I wanted to be a shady guy, I would say, yeah, you should buy that stuff and buy it from me. But it's not true. It's all crap. You have to work. You have to put effort in and you have to sell. It's the internet marketing business. Remember, it's selling on the internet. So don't be afraid to sell. Don't be afraid to get on video. Don't be afraid to put in a little bit of effort because it's totally worth it. I mean, if I wouldn't have taken that leap, and decide that I'm going to devote myself and commit myself, I'd still be making $60,000 a year at my job, and I'd have 25 more years of work left in my life.
Yep, it's people realize they need to do some work. If they don't, you can't just sit there and expect it to come to you for sure.
Well, the analogy I like to use to people is like, look, and this is a real question for people to ask yourself, okay? If I came to your house with a metal detector and a geological survey and I said, damn, there is a chest full of gold in your backyard 20 feet down, your ass would be out there with a shovel, wouldn't it? Hell yeah, you would. Well, I'm telling you, there is a chest full of gold to be had online. So pick up the damn shovel and start moving some dirt.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, guys, I want you to be sure, go ahead and check out Brett's website at brettrutecky.com. And of course, this is where you'll find all of his product reviews and all of his blogs that he posts as well. So if you guys out there have any other questions for Brett that we didn't cover in the show today, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And I'm sure Brett won't mind answering them whenever he has some free time to stop by and do that. So thanks again, Brett, for coming on to Let's Talk. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. And I'm sure the viewers learned a lot of cool stuff today.
Thanks a lot, Ronnie. It was great.
I'm Ronnie Rokk Smith with Let's Talk. And that's going to wrap up this episode. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled for the next episode that'll be coming real soon.